True friend of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Madam Susan, you are an even truer friend of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
What is that?
This is a spiced honey mead wine that I have really been into lately. So, dilly dilly, right?
Please follow Sir Brad. He's going to give you a private tour of the pit of misery.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. Better make hay while the sun shines. Or was that hops while the sun shines? The sun is shining on various competitors of Bud Light, as Bud Light, of course, commits brand suicide here. Yuengling, which is a beer that I have had that is very good. It's a Pennsylvania beer, but it's also brewed here in Tampa, Florida. There's a huge Yuengling factory and experience here in Tampa. They do a ton of brewing down here. Yuengling trolls Budweiser with tweet celebrating their status as oldest brewery in America. Here is the tweet. This was doing numbers, 10,000 retweets, man. This did numbers. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, independently owned and family operated since 1829, because we make good beer. Boom. Trolled. Plus the American flag. A little bit of salt in the wound. What is Yuengling? If you are not familiar with the Yuengling beer brand, it was established in 1929. Oldest operating brewery in the United States. It's the largest craft brewery, sixth largest overall brewery, wholly American owned. Largest wholly American owned brewery in the United States. I think that's very important. Pottersville, Pennsylvania is where it was started, and it's still owned by Richard Yuengling Jr., subsidiary Yuengling Brewing of Tampa. That's the one that's down here. And it's a private business. So that's kind of cool. Yuengling, man, taking on Bud Light. Maybe you should stock this cooler full of Yuengling. Look at this. This is from a dude on Twitter named Matt Wallace, who says they can't sell the Bud Light at the sporting event that he's at, and that all the rest of the beers are gone. So the rest of the beers are gone. You stack that with Yuengling. Yuengling trolling Bud Light. Again, I've said it before, this is the time for any Bud Light competitor to rush in and gobble up market share. Be smart. Coors Light, all the rest of them. Yuengling beer trolls Bud Light with tweet celebrating status as oldest brewery in America. Beer company sent smug tweet shortly after CEO of Bud Light's parent company apologized for being divisive. Simply saying, make good beer. Okay. So yeah, pretty smart there by Yuengling. And of course here, you can see here as the subsection, Bud Light has lost a ton of money. Bud Light is getting ratioed. Bud Light is getting just destroyed. And we're back at it again with Bud Light getting just completely wrecked. People are up in my DM saying they were at the Dallas Stars game, an NHL hockey game, and everyone booed when Bud Light was announced as a sponsor. People talking with Bud Light salesmen and distributors and saying they can't move the product at all. It's going to be a nightmare. I work at Costco. This is a DM from today. I work at Costco in Utah. They sent us 2 pallets of Michelob. The Bud Light Budweiser has not been selling. First time having Michelob. That's another Anheuser-Busch product. They're just trying to move anything. That's Anheuser-Busch. Ryan Savidra, who's a reporter, says, I went out to eat with my dad. Bartender asked to see if they had any Bud Light impact. Bartender says it's roughly 50% decrease in sales. Do you realize how huge that is? Do you realize how monster that is? What an incredible amount of money that is being lost right now by Bud Light as other beer companies go rocketing forward. Molson Coors has seen a skyrocket in their stock price, whereas Bud Light has seen their stock market cap go down by billions of dollars. Here we have a Rasmussen report. This is the first time I've seen data placed on this, saying that 53% of beer drinkers over the age of 40 are no longer going to be using Bud Light, buying Bud Light. Purchasing Bud Light is how the reporters asked the question. Anheuser-Busch has used a transgender model, Dylan Mulvaney, to promote Bud Light. Does this make you more or less likely to purchase Bud Light? Destroyed. Overall, 40% of people say less likely. 19% say more likely. You know, there are libs in America. Unfortunately, DeSantis says Anheuser-Busch is too woke. Lost him as a customer. Why would you want to drink Bud Light? Anheuser-Busch, you best come correct if you're going to try and get your customers back. Because now your beer, I mean, the brand is just completely collapsed. The brand has such a stigma to it, you'll never be able to get it back. It's like casting Jesse Smollett in a movie. No one will ever see Jesse Smollett as just like an actor or an entertainer anymore, even though he's really bad even before the hoax. They'll only ever see him as the guy who hoaxed his way into fame, infamous fame. That's it. That's all people will care about. So you can't actually cast Jesse Smollett in anything anymore. You're unallowed because he's destroyed his brand. He's destroyed his name. This happens over and over and over again. And I don't see any path forward for Bud Light. They tried to release ads like this one. This got ratioed. This is a 5-to-1 ratio. And then they tried to use like imagery. Is so sad. They try to use like imagery of 9/11, like subtle 9/11 imagery in there with the Freedom Tower, as it's called now, that stands on the 9/11 site, technically, or very close to it, because the site itself is a memorial. So yeah, sorry guys, not gonna work. Nobody's buying it. Again, not gonna work. These are the only posts that Bud Light is still scrambling. It's been many, many days now, and Bud Light is still scrambling. Look at this. That's like a 7-to-1 ratio. You're done. You're finished. The CEO of Anheuser-Busch, Brendan Whitworth, released a statement in the midst of the boycotts, but it was just like a mewling, pithy AI statement. Didn't make any sense, probably because the guy's a CIA operative who deleted his LinkedIn as soon as yours truly pointed that out. Lucky for us, we have Fox News articles like this. So, are you ever going to drink Bud Light again? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Various other companies, though, are trolling Bud Light and making, again, hops while the sun shines. And you should, quite frankly, wait for your enemy to make a mistake. What is it, Sun Tzu's Art of War? Wait for your enemy to make a mistake and then attack. And that's what's happening right now. So, you didn't have to do that, Bud Light. You had a really good thing going for you. To this point, as far as I know, there has been no firings. There has been no actual accountability in Bud Light. No one has done anything to try and fix this problem. No one has apologized. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't help people that won't help themselves. So, we'll help you learn a very hard lesson. Don't go woke. Just make beer. Or just make toasters. Or just make cartoons for kids. Stop trying to use every single vehicle in society, every product in society, as a vehicle for your sick, mentally ill ideology. The end. The end. Pretty simple. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Saving America alongside of you. See ya.
Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, base patriots.